Imagine you're a small creature, skittering across the forest floor. Suddenly, the sky darkens, not with clouds, but with wings. And then, you hear it. A sound. Not a roar, not a chirp. Something deeper, stranger, guttural, thunderous. It makes everything below freeze. This wasn't a dinosaur, and it sure as hell wasn't a bird. It was something else, something that shouldn't have existed. Something that, by all logic, shouldn't have been able to fly. But it did. It was called Quetzalcoatlus, and its story is way stranger than you think. In 1971, deep in the Texas Badlands, a team of paleontologists stumbled on something bizarre. At first glance, they didn't even know what they were looking at. Massive bones, hollow, lightweight, but far too big to be from any known bird. When they pieced it together, they realized the impossible. They had found a giant flying reptile. It was named Quetzalcoatlus northropi. Quetzalcoatl, after the Aztec feathered serpent god, and Northrop, after an aircraft pioneer. It wasn't just a cool name. It was a warning. Early reports said it had a wingspan of over 68 feet. That's wider than an F-22 fighter jet. Scientists were skeptical. That number felt impossible. But even the revised estimate is mind-blowing. Most agree today, around 33 to 39 feet across. That's longer than a school bus, just from wingtip to wingtip. On the ground, it stood as tall as a giraffe and weighed as much as a full-grown grizzly bear. It wasn't just the largest pterosaur ever found in North America. It was one of the largest animals to ever take to the sky. And yet, one question kept coming up. Could it actually fly? In 2010, some researchers said no. Too heavy, too awkward, too clumsy. They claimed Quetzalcoatlus was flightless, but newer studies flipped that theory upside down. Turns out it could fly, and not just short hops. We're talking 80 miles per hour for days at a time. It could soar for up to a week without landing. But it didn't launch like a bird. It launched like a rocket. Using its powerful hind legs, it vaulted itself into the air, then spread those colossal wings. Once airborne, it glided like a ghost, riding thermals across entire continents. It wasn't just capable of flight, it was built for it. But what did it do? Up there? Was it a scavenger? A predator? Something in between? Early theories said it fed on dinosaur carcasses. Then came the skimmer idea. It glided over water, scooping up fish. But here's the problem. No oceans nearby. Fossils were found inland, far from coastlines. So, a new theory emerged, one that made way more sense. Quetzalcoatlus hunted like a stork. It walked the land, towering over prey, snatching up small mammals, reptiles, even baby dinosaurs. And when it needed to, it flew. It didn't just feed, it patrolled. In its prime, Quetzalcoatlus was the undisputed king of the sky. It ruled over what's now Texas, an ancient world of rivers, ponds, and dry forests. It shared that world with giants, Alamosaurus, Bravoceratops, maybe even Tyrannosaurus. But none of them could touch the sky like Quetzalcoatlus. When food dried up, it took flight. When predators approached, it vanished into the clouds. It didn't need armor, or teeth, or venom. Flight was its weapon. But it had another, a weapon you couldn't see, only hear. Quetzalcoatlus didn't roar. It didn't screech like a hawk. Its voice was something else. No vocal cords, just deep air sacs and a resonating skull. Scientists believe it sounded like a mix of thunder, a crane, and something ancient, low, rumbling, bone-shaking. A sound that could travel for miles. Feel free to put your headphones in and get freaked out. Now imagine that echoing across a prehistoric valley. Everything goes still. Predators look up. Prey ducks for cover. That was the voice of the sky. And then, it was gone. Like so many others, Quetzalcoatlus vanished during the KT extinction. The skies went silent. Its bones were buried. Its story, almost forgotten. But even today, we don't fully understand it. Was it the best flyer? The loudest hunter? The weirdest survivor? Maybe all of the above, maybe none. But one thing's clear. It was like nothing else. Quetzalcoatlus wasn't a dinosaur. It wasn't a bird. It was something in between. A monstrous flying shadow that defied evolution and gravity. A beast whose voice haunted the land long before humans ever heard it. And even now, its story still soars.